and welcome to Whining on Wednesdays, featuring
me, Jennie Gray Connard.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday.
It's a good Wednesday.
Well, tell everyone a little bit about you and why we picked Miss Jennie Gray Connard.
I don't know why you picked me, but I am the co-owner, founder, and artistic director at OB Theater Company at OB Playhouse. And I think you picked me because we're going to talk about directors and what are we looking for.
Mostly because she had a pool.
Oh, and there's that.
And the fact that we get to drink wine in her pool.
They like me for my pool.
She waived her $5 cover for us.
Normally it's $5 to come in, and there's a 5-drink minimum. Holy crap!
Okay, so Jennie,
Yes.
what is like the worst thing an actor could come in and do in an audition?
The worst thing an actor can do is come in and apologize for anything, except being late. It's okay to apologize for being late. In fact, you should. But after you do so, let it go, and then just move on to your audition. But apologizing for messing up words or messing up anything, we don't want that. It's uncomfortable for us and it's uncomfortable for you. Just know we want you to just go on. You can, if you break and you smile and you chuckle and you want to start over, that's totally fine. But I think that anyone who comes in feeling self-conscious and apologizing just makes the whole room feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. So, speaking of awkward, why is she here? So then, what's like gonna blow you out of the water?
To be honest,
Water, get it?
oh,
Didn't even mean to.
in the water. Cheers. I'm gonna say it could be so many things. If you're very, very prepared and you've chosen the right song for your voice and for your the character that you're trying to audition for, and for showing who you are in that character, that's going to blow me away. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have the best voice in the whole wide world. In fact, and I'm sure there are directors that wouldn't agree with me, but for me, I would rather see you act the song than sing the shit out of it. Like this. There she is.
Hi guys.
It's Kylie.
Welcome back, Kylie. Just been floating around.
Questions for Jennie?
Like, what's the worst thing you can do? What's the worst thing you can do?
Fall on your face.
No, I mean, but that's
Forget
funny.
about-
That's happened to me before.
I'm sorry, but that would be funny. As long as you were
funny.
okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as you weren't hurt.
Yeah.
You know, and you played it off. I mean, obviously it doesn't feel good to you, but
Yeah.
if you think about it overall, if you flip it and you're in our position, that's not the worst thing. So then
Yeah,
what's the worst thing? You die. You dying.
Literally dying on stage would be the worst.
Dying
but
is
then
the
you're
worst.
dead.
Yeah.
So then it's not like
Then you're okay.
You're not
So
feeling.
see, there's
that
just nothing
bad.
that's the worst.
I do have to constantly remind myself of that, like when I'm nervous.
Yeah,
Like,
there's-
oh right, no one's gonna die if I
I
forget
guess
a line.
farting. If you farted, that might be the worst thing. Although
I mean,
I would
maybe.
laugh
It
because
depends on
farts
the
are
show,
funny.
though. What if it was for Spam a lot? Then they'd be like,
that's true.
well,
You know, when you've finished, and sometimes it's like, you've probably noticed, sometimes the directors or the people at the table, your table's not sure, you know, and it's like, okay, you know, and I always want to clap. I do. I know it's not.
Everyone should audition at OB Playhouse because she's
just
the
hungry.
best. She's such a mama bear when you audition. It's like she just wants to hug everyone.
I do, but I want you to feel good about it.
Well, the first time I walked into audition there, I was like, oh,
This is
because I messed up a little bit, and I was like, oh,
I don't remember that.
because she cast me.
I don't.
But I remember just being like, you know, I know I messed up, but I don't feel terrible because Jennie was there. I didn't know her name at the time. I mean, I knew
said
it, but
something about Texas to you. So I'll
Yeah.
do that too. Like, if it's not your outfit, then it's something I see on your resume that I could like break the ice with you for. It's
I
funny
don't think
because
Texas is on my resume.
Are you? It doesn't
you
say
sure?
Texas.
It doesn't say I'm from Texas. I am.
from
But
Texas.
are there no?
Well, I think I'd met Bill at your
No, I know what it was. It was your area code on your phone number. Ah, 'cause I know
creepy.
Yeah.
Creepy.
I'm all, oh, she's from Texas.
That's okay.
I'll just do a drunk tap dance
mine.
underwater.
How
Hold
about?
on, Kylie. Sorry, doesn't have her wine.
Oh, I don't have my wine. Thank
This
you.
is whining on Wednesday, not floating on a floaty on fucking Wednesday. Okay, I'll do that.
Do you have any funny stories
I do.
from auditions?
Either ones that you have done, like auditions that you did, or
Personally,
auditions that you were
you've seen.
casting. Yeah,
Yeah.
either and all of the above.
I tell you that it's probably, I feel like it's hard to tell you guys the stories of the funny things because I don't want someone to recognize that it's them. Do you know what I mean? This
Yeah.
kind of goes along with the thing, like, I'll tell you one of those, like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened kind of thing. And so it's like, what not to do in an audition, and then I'll tell you something funny. So one time there was a person auditioning, an auditioner. I'm the auditionee. No, I'm the auditioner.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
you are.
Whatever.
Yeah.
There's a person auditioning. Ding. And that person, she came in with this huge notebook with things spilling out, right? And we were actually auditioning on a live set. So we had said, please stay on the apron, come up or whatever. This person brought their binder up and set it down on the coffee table that was on the live set, sets this down, starts thumbing through, telling me, do you want to hear blah, blah?
Oh, no.
Would you rather hear blah, blah? Meanwhile, this was an audition, and I don't do this all the time, but I do it sometimes. This was an audition where I sent specific music, 3 different songs, I think, that you could choose from that were from the show. It was my way of sort of like
Narrowing it down
and that kind of thing. So
Singer.
I wonder if you can see my bathing suit that floats here.
I don't
Can't
think
really.
so.
Okay, good.
But your boobies look fantastic.
Woo woo. So and I said, well, I sent something, and the thing that was weird is this was like one of the first people to sign up. I sent the materials. There was a question about it, so it was obvious the person received all the things. It wasn't like
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. They knew, and I felt like it was an attention getter or something. I was just, and so literally at the table we were like this. Like what is happening right now? And we're like, oh, you gotta not leave your thing. And then she went and goes over and talks to it was just this disaster. And then I thought, is that person drunk? I couldn't figure that out. And we still don't know to this day if that's what it was. But it was so many things after so many things. And I'm like, and scene. And the thing is, I've seen that person since, and I can't get that thing out of my head. So it's like, it was just all the wrong things to do.
And do things like that just like kind of color your vision of that person forever? Like any other audition they do, it's like kind of bad taste in your mouth?
It kind of does. And the thing about this was that it felt so much like it was either drunk or an act. And neither was okay.
No.
Do you know, if it had been like seriously somebody who was a little frazzled, and I would have gone up on stage, talked to them, you know what I mean, and tried to like diffuse the situation and make them comfortable again so that they could do it. This didn't feel like that. There was something very odd going on, and I was like, oh. But yeah. So that's my horror story.
That's awful.
Yeah, and I just kept being like, this is the weirdest. Somebody's filming.
Yeah,
where's the camera? Yeah, that's what I felt like.
Oh, I have a quick segue question before
Yes?
you get into your second one. Have you ever had someone audition for you that just completely forgets their song and cannot pick it back up?
Yeah, that makes me sad.
It's like the ultimate fear. It's like every nightmare.
You know what? Then I do usually, because I want everybody, and I hope most directors are like this. I know one in particular, my friend Tom Fitzpatrick. Clink, clink.
Hey, Tom Fitzpatrick.
I know he would do this too. I want everyone to, and I'm sure there are more out there, Terry Brown, but I want everyone to feel, like I've said, I want them to feel comfortable. So if that were to happen, and that it has, and what I've done is I've said, you know what, grab your words, go stand with Kirk or whoever is music directing. I can hear you from over there, because there's a point at which you can't go back.
Yeah.
your head has just taken over, and
you're just freaking out.
And you're just
Yeah.
freaking out. And I still want to hear you. I still want to hear what you can do.
Do you think there are directors who like don't care? Who are are there like
Absolutely.
some directors are just like, well, you fucked up, you're done. That's
And
it.
that's unfortunate because I'm sure there are. I know there are. But I don't know that it's, and I don't want to say that and they're awful people. They just have a different philosophy of how they're going to get to the place where they've cast the show. You know what I mean? And maybe they have. They've seen more people. I don't know. Maybe they've seen more people, or they know more people. I don't know what it is. I do think that happens, and they just go, okay, it's all right, you're done, let's move on. But that doesn't feel good to me, and I know a lot of people that would want the people up there to feel as comfortable as they can.
Well, have you ever cast any of those people that have just botched their auditions? Because I know that's the fear, if I screw it up, is that just it? Is that the end?
Or not even cast, but have you called them back?
Yeah.
I'm
Either one.
sure I have called them back. I'm sure I've called at least a couple of those that's happened. Thinking back about all the casts, casts I've had, all the shows I've done.
Do it again. We missed it. It wasn't
What
on
did
camera.
you- oh, what's
you have to do
this?
that.
Do it again.
All
Yes.
the casts, all the casts I've had in the past.
Okay, so out of all the casts that you have
All the casts.
all the casts. that
Poor
you-
Kylie, she's got two of us. Out of all the
I
casts
feel like she's like my soul.
that I have had, I cannot remember somebody being so bad. I mean to say their audition being botched.
Yeah.
Having a bad audition. I don't remember. Because then I have the memory of them in the show,
Yeah,
and
they redeem
I don't
themselves.
think, remember their audition. I don't do that. It's replaced by the person who I then get to know.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, so I remember that thing about knowing your area code, but I can't tell you what song you sang. I
can.
remember, of course you
Yeah,
can.
it's in your book.
That's
my
hilarious.
go-to.
What if you couldn't? That would be sad.
That
Yeah, I
would
had
be
no
bad.
idea what to
I
sing
know
for
exactly
Tommy.
what I sang, and it had nothing to do with Tommy.
Yeah,
What
neither
did
did
you-
mine, because I was like, what the hell do I sing? I had nothing in my book
Yeah,
that
me
worked for that
neither.
show.
What did
So I
you
was like-
sing?
I sang Right in Front of Your Eyes from The Wedding Singer. Shout out to Amy
It's a good
Spanger.
one.
Okay, loved it. I remember that. Didn't know it. Loved it when I heard it. You sang?
I sang It's a Fine, Fine Line from Avenue Q.
Which was smart. Because she knew I knew it, and then
Yep.
I I would go, oh,
And
which
she
I
did.
did.
Yeah, she did. The minute I started singing, she's like, oh,
I did.
That's probably why she got a better part than I did.
Josh.
No,
I'm teasing. I'm so teasing, I promise.
I can tell you why she got Sally. And we had a little thing. Are you okay talking about
yeah.
it?
Oh my god, she is.
I messed up. I had. Anyway, when you're a director, you're looking at everybody's notes. Notes you took. Notes the music director took. Notes the choreographer, if it wasn't you, or whatever. And you have to look at their availability dates and da-da-da-da-da. And what I failed to do on this one occasion was notice that this one did not want to take an ensemble role, which is fine. I don't know, this might be a whole nother topic. I'm totally fine if you write down that you don't want to take anything but a lead. What I don't like, and what you should make sure you never do, is write down you'd be okay and then then turn down something that you're offered, which you didn't do. So it was actually the opposite that happened. and there was just a whole miscommunication with Kirk and I and the whole thing. And I had been saying, I think you're perfect. There was a look that went with it. There was an attitude. And I know Kylie because she had been in another show. And I didn't know you. You hadn't been in anything yet, even though I thought you were great. So it was just kind of that sort of, it just came down to, sometimes it comes down to, I know one person, so I'm going to start somebody out that I haven't heard before or known before in the ensemble and see how they do. Because you never know.
I could have sucked. As a human.
As a human. That's what I was just going to
that's a
say.
big thing.
We
As a
knew you
human.
didn't suck as a performer. Your song was great. you were a beautiful singer. You presented it well too. Your stage presence was awesome. But yeah, I didn't know if you were somebody I would want to hang out with or have. Or I'm always like,
Or be on our show.
Yeah.
No, if it weren't for you casting me in that show at all, I wouldn't have met her, and she's my
wouldn't
best
have
friend
happened.
now.
I know. I just said that to Bill. I'm like, by the way, do you know that I'm responsible for
all
this?
She is.
Right here.
This woman right here is responsible for the web series that 9 people subscribe to. So.
13.
13! Oh my god!
That's why you got 30. Because
Yeah.
Is it?
Sounds
'Cause
like
I thought I
13.
just
Yeah.
made it up.
you need more wine.
I do.
You do need
Oh,
one.
Cabana Boy!
Cabana boy.
He might answer. He might.
Cabana boy!
A sleeper wizard.
Has to be a twin. Sleeper wizard got such a successful
Forearm. Yeah, there you go.